Namaste and welcome to this Wednesday yoga class dedicated to the warrior sequence. So today in our practice you might need a block either for sitting on but at the end of the class as well for our winding down phase. I'm just going to pop mine out of the way for now, but everything else we should be able to find on our mats. So coming to lying down to begin with. Excuse me. You can either have your legs long on the floor or bend the knees and place the feet on the floor. This sort of half Shavasana pose, or constructive rest it's sometimes known as, helps to iron out some of the discomfort in the low back by easing it into a slightly lengthened position. So if that feels like it might be useful for you, if you find forward bending a little bit more challenging, then this is probably the variation to choose. Take a moment to allow your body to settle into the position that you've chosen. And then take this time to arrive on the mat. Leave behind the other things in your day. Leave behind those things that try to draw your attention away from your mat during your yoga practice. Feel as you step into this yoga space an easing of the tension from the face, the jaw, the shoulders. A sense of surrendering here towards the floor. Make a note of how you're feeling both physically and mentally, emotionally as well. There's no right or wrong way to feel. There's no right or wrong sensation to notice here. It's just an observation without judgment. And then draw your awareness to your breath and notice the breath that you're already breathing. Notice the sensation of the breath, the parts of the body that move as you breathe. And on your next exhalation, just gently engaging the muscles across the navel to ease a little bit more air out of the lungs. Breathing in deeply to the sides, the back and the chest. Breathing out a little more fully, engaging across the navel. Breathing into the rib cage, the collarbones, the shoulder blades. Breathing out more fully. Keep your breath moving in this rhythm. Feel like you are gathering your energy to your center, drawing in prana with every breath, easing discomfort and tension with every exhalation, preparing vitality, vigor, and energy for our practice. If you are familiar with Ujjayi breathing, you can begin a soft Ujjayi, just gentle in this lying down position. And you can tap into or use your Ujjayi at any point during the class except the moments of stillness. Let's begin now our practice by gently turning the nose from side to side to awaken the structures down the side of the neck. And and then bringing the head back to center, gathering the knees towards you, draw the knees into the chest. You can have the knees together or apart. It doesn't matter, we're just easing them in and out. So as you exhale, draw the knees closer in, maybe engage your abdominal muscles a touch. And as you inhale, release the knees further away. You don't have to use your hands here, but you can. You can simply allow the knees to float in the air if you like. And then with the knees further apart, making circles with the knees. Again, you can lightly rest the hands if you want to, or you can just allow the knees to float in space with the arms down by the sides. The knees going in the same direction at the moment, and we'll go the opposite way as well, massaging the structures in the back of the body. Getting the abdominal muscles a little bit prepared for our actions as well. And then here in the center, taking the knees and making them go in different directions. We're extending through the legs a little as well, perhaps now. And this done definitely with no hands on the knees. So using your abdominal muscles for a bit of support, feel like you're rocking from one side to the other, engaging one side and then the other. And then you can go the opposite way as well. Very good. And then gathering your knees into your chest, float your left foot down to the floor, keep the right knee bent in, and make the biggest circles that you can with that knee without destabilizing the pelvis too much. So the left leg is there for support, your tummy muscles are there for support. If you want to go the other way, well, we're all going to go the other way, so we're going to go the other way. What I'm saying is that you can spend longer going in the first direction if you want to. And then if you can, extending the leg a little and trying to do this with a longer leg. Now, you don't have to, but that is an option if you've got space to do it and you feel inclined, and going in both directions as well. Again, feeling that stability so we're not losing that sense of structure, that sense of containment in our core. One more in this direction, and then hugging the leg towards you a little bit, lengthening through the back of the leg. Draw the leg towards you with the right hand so you feel a little bit of contact with the hamstring stretch there, and then crossing the right foot over the left knee and floating the left knee from side to side. A little firmness in the belly here. And if that feels like enough for you, then you can stick with this. And if you would like a little bit more, you can bring the left knee towards the body and again go from side to side, or here making circles if you would like to. I find I prefer the circles once the left foot is off the floor, but it's entirely up to you. The upper body quite passive at the moment, except for the abdominal muscles. Make sure you rotate in both directions if you're making circles. And then we're going to float the left foot to the floor, uncross the legs and draw the right knee towards the outside of the right side of the torso for a happy half happy baby. So if you can, catching hold of your foot, and if you can't, just drawing your hand around the back of the knee. And trying to keep the sole of the right foot as if it was standing on the floor, the knee bent close into the armpit or close to the outside of the torso. And if you want to here, you can stretch your left leg away and hover the left heel off the ground. So on days when you can't put weight into your hands to do things like downward facing dog or lunges or three-legged dogs, things like this, then this is a great option. It does almost exactly the same thing. And you can even float the left foot from side to side a little, which will stimulate the pelvis as well. When you're ready, you can bring the left foot in and release the right leg and take the right leg down to the mat as well. So now we do the whole thing to the other side, keeping the right foot on the floor, the belly muscles stabilized, bend the left knee towards you, making slightly larger circles than we can with both knees up, now that we've got that helpful right foot on the floor. And taking your circles in both directions. Just noticing how this side behaves compared to the other, keeping that effort in the front of the body, and perhaps a little bit in the buttocks to help here, a little bit in the right foot. If you want to, you can extend through your left leg. You don't have to have it absolutely straight. It's not an either or. It can be slightly bent, it can be anywhere in between, going in both directions as well. And just seeing, so I find my left hip doesn't quite enjoy this as much. So I'm slowing the movement down, making it ever so slightly smaller until I find a really comfortable range of movement for the hip. When you're ready, drawing the left leg towards you, you don't have to use your hand if you just want to simply extend through the back of the leg. But if you want to, you can draw the leg towards you a little further. And then from here, crossing the left foot over the right thigh, waving the right knee from side to side. It's the ankle of the left leg over the right thigh, but you guys probably know that already. If you want to do a little bit more than this, you can stick with this if you prefer. But if you want to, you can draw the right knee towards you and either sway from side to side or make circles of some kind. If you're doing circles, going in the opposite direction as well, keeping that firmness, that engagement across the abdominal muscles as well. It's a gentle, you don't have to grip really hard. Make sure that you're not gripping in your jaw. Floating your right foot to the floor, drawing your left knee towards the outside of the torso. So here you can use your right hand to help if the left arm is not available at the moment, or you can simply wrap the forearm of the left arm around the back of the knee. So be prepared to work in a slightly different way from normal if you're accommodating a challenge in the body. Make sure if you're holding your foot, your left foot, make sure that your left foot is parallel to the ceiling and you've got your knee as close to the outside edge of your torso as you can. If you want to do a little bit more, stretch your right foot away and float the right heel off the floor. Just feel that openness across the pelvis. You'll feel it perhaps into the hip flexors a little bit, into the structures that support the hips. If you want to, you can wave or sway your right leg from side to side. Again, that's an option. You don't have to do that. And when you're ready, you can bend your right knee in, place the right foot on the floor, release the left foot down as well. We're going to take the feet quite wide. Arms are still relaxed away from the body and gently waving the knees from one side to the other. Again, just feeling a gentle engagement, a stability in the center of the abdomen. Maybe feel also the opportunity for the buttocks to work a little bit as well. We're not trying to get into a formal twist here. We're just preparing that sort of, they're nurturing the hips. Let's say we're nurturing the hips. That's exactly what we're doing. Good job. Okay, when you're ready, you can bring the feet back to center, bring the elbows close to the body and press the upper arms down. If you want to adjust your feet either closer together or to turn the toes out slightly, you can. Pressing down with the heels, the upper arms, the shoulders, and gently with the back of the head, peeling the hips up off the floor, and then gently releasing down again. Feeling the hips up as you press down and firm the support in the back of the body, and gently releasing down. If you're used to inhaling up, then try exhaling up and inhaling down. It's great to work with the reverse breath that you naturally do every once in a while. And you may find that that exhalation, because the lungs are empty, provides a bit more space for the torso to move, for the rib cage to articulate. We'll do one more. We're going to come up and then circle the hips, hula hooping the hips while we're up. Again, just creating that lubrication, nurturing in the hip joints, going the opposite way as well, and the whole of the pelvis, and engaging the supporting structures in the body in a way that's really functional. Coming to center, and we're gently going to roll all the way down. Faces. Once you're down, you can just gently roll the head from one side to the other. Just a couple of times to release any tension from the neck, particularly if you've been using Ujjayi. This is a time to allow it to fall into silence, and gathering the knees towards you. Now, if you don't want to roll backwards and forwards up into sitting, this is an opportunity to roll to one side. If you don't mind rolling backwards and forwards, tucking the chin in, just gently massaging through the length of the spine, from sit bones to shoulder blades, up and down, catching yourself on your sit bones if it feels comfortable to do that, letting the feet come to the floor if it doesn't. And then the next time you roll forward, just coming up to sitting with the right leg crossed in front of the left. And taking a moment as you come up to sitting, just to allow everything to settle, to let the body find this new position. And notice how it feels to be in this body now compared to how it felt at the beginning of the class. Are there any areas that feel a little softer or areas that feel a little more spacious? Do you notice an area that you're trying to take care of that is a little more vocal? Have you done too many things? And then on your next exhalation, drawing your chin towards your chest and just gently rolling one ear to one shoulder, chin back to chest, and rolling to the opposite shoulder and chin to chest, going from side to side. If this isn't a neck movement that feels useful to you, then choosing one that does. Any head movements or neck movements that explore the relationship between the neck, the shoulders, the jaw, the chest, and the upper back. If you want to, you can make your neck movements into circles. If that doesn't feel useful, of course, just keep going with your semicircles. Feel what's going on in the neck. Reversing the circles if you have been making circles. And just doing one more. Before returning the head to a neutral position. And we're just going to gently roll through the shoulders now. So exploring that connection, that relationship with the body a little bit further down. Rolling in both directions. And then when you're ready, one arm at a time, making soft elbow circles. So the elbow is soft, the circles don't have to be soft. And you can begin to explore a movement into the torso. So we've done quite a lot with the lower body already. So this is our opportunity to open up the structures in the middle of the body and the upper body. Going the opposite direction when you're ready, and be sure to allow your head to be part of the movement. You don't need to look at the screen for this. You can allow your head to move naturally wherever is comfortable, and your neck to find the movement with the head and the body as well. Relaxing this arm in your center, feeling the difference between the two sides, and then doing the opposite side. You can start small and build up. And there might be somewhere that you feel like you need a little bit of extra something, and you can wait there, or you can work in and out of it. if it feels useful. You might get more opportunities as we work through the seated limbering series. We're going in the opposite direction as well, allowing your jaw to be nice and relaxed, the head to follow your movement. Feeling the shoulder blades sliding on the back. And then bringing your arm back to the center as well. Okay, so from here we're going to start our sort of formal limbering in the seated position. And for this we're going to go into a side bend. So if you're taking care of a broken wing, fold it over your body for the side bend. Okay, and it will be almost exactly the same thing. So if you're not taking care of a broken wing, the left arm goes out to the left, the right arm comes up and over. We're going to come back to the center, and then we're going to draw the right elbow to the left knee, folding and twisting. Coming back to the center, breathing in here, breathing out as we fold over to the left, breathing in back to the center, and breathing out, right elbow to left knee. Breathing in and up, breathing out and over, breathing in and up, nice and firm in the center, breathing out, elbow to knee. One more time, breathing in and up, breathing out and over, breathing in and up, breathing out, elbow to knee. This time, we're going to breathe in and up, come into the side bend one more time. And in the side bend, doesn't matter where your arm is, just gently rolling the right shoulder backwards and forwards. Feeling it slide, the shoulder blade slide on the back, rotating in the torso, firm in the center, coming up slightly if it feels more comfortable to do it in not such an extensive side bend. And then gently drawing yourself back to center when you're ready. Very good. We're going to extend the right leg out to the right. So this one I'd like you to watch before you do. So we're going to start in this modified Janu Shirshasana. We don't want to be really wide in the legs here, quite narrow. Arms will come out to the side, and we're going to begin by lifting the left arm up and over as we fold over the right leg, and halfway down we're going to shift that left elbow towards the right knee so it becomes a forward bend. And then from there we're going to draw the left arm back towards us, stretching the right arm away and sliding the right knee in. So we're actually going to point our right arms up, so we're drawing a bow and arrow. Okay, and then we're going to lengthen all of the arms and legs and start again. So let's do it slowly through one time together, okay? Arms reaching out to the side. Inhale here. Exhale as you fold over your right leg, side bending. Inhale as you twist and reach into a forward bend. Exhale as you draw your left arm back, your right arm points up, and you slide your right knee back towards your heel on the floor. I can't remember if we inhale or exhale, and we're back to here. Don't worry about the breath. Let's just do it. So breathing deeply, stretching over into a side bend, drawing the left elbow down as you fold into a forward bend, and then reaching the right arm up, the left arm back as you sit back and lean away and draw your right knee in. We'll do one more. Reaching wide, reaching up and over with the left arm, folding into a forward bend, drawing the right heel in, the right arm up, the left arm back, drawing your bow and arrow. So in this position, feel the firmness in your belly muscles and see if you can float your right heel off the floor. Doesn't need to be high. For a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and then gently release that leg long and arms down to the side. And we're going to roll onto our backs and then roll back up again. So from here, reaching the left arm out to the left, sliding the left side of the body to the floor, coming all the way onto your back. We're going to let the knees go all the way to the right side and look towards the left hand for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to come back to the center, roll all the way back towards the left and coming up. And as we come up, back to sitting, we're going to fold the right leg in behind the left leg. Oh no, sorry, fold the right leg in, ignore me. We've got one more thing to do, and take the right arm over the left arm to hold onto the shoulders. So here you can hold the shoulders, or you can bring the backs of the hands or the palms of the hands together so you're in a Garudasana arms, and then just rotating through the torso. So it doesn't matter what position of the arms you're using. We'll do about 3 rotations in each direction. And coming back to the center, relaxing the arms down to the sides. Place your left foot in front of your right, so you're sitting in your crossed legs again, and just take a moment in the center to again feel how your body feels now. Feel what's different. Feel if you've got some space. And ready to do the opposite side. So we're going to take the right hand down to the right side, lift the left arm up and over. Come back to the center, and then bring the left elbow to the right knee, folding, but also twisting. Back to center, reaching wide and folding over to the right. Back to center, a little firmness in the belly here, and drawing the left elbow to the right knee. Return to center, reaching up and over. Return to center and elbow to knee. I think we did one more before we held, so let's do that. One more, up and over, lovely side stretching. Back to the center and elbow to knee. Coming back to center here and into your side bend, and then just opening the chest and drawing the shoulder forward. So we're trying to find that movement of the shoulder blade on the back of the body, but also we're using this movement to massage our body, to massage the whole of the upper part of our torso, particularly around the rib cage. When you're ready, you can bring yourself back to the center, extend your left leg out to the left, so you're in your Janu Shirshasana, and we'll go into our folding bow drawing poses. So reaching the right arm to the right, fold over the left leg, halfway down, twist the chest and the elbow down towards the knee, and then drawing your right arm in, your left arm up, your heel of the left leg in as well, drawing your bow pose. Coming back to the center, lengthening arms and legs, side bending or folding over that left leg, twisting halfway down to fold forward, drawing the right hand back, the left arm up, the heel slides in towards the body. Coming back to sitting, folding first, rotating, and then drawing your bow, heel coming in at the same time. One more, I think. Long legs, side bending, forward folding, drawing your bow, and here we're holding firm in the belly, and just see if you can gently float the left heel up a little bit. It doesn't matter if you can't, but if you can, just taking the opportunity. Deep breath in and out, and then we're going to relax the arms, relax the leg long. We're going to slide ourselves down to the right side to fold down onto the backs again. Let the knees keep going, so the knees come all the way to the left, and look across the right hand. So you're in a reclining spinal twist for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Then we're going to bring the head and the knees back to the center, roll back to the right side, stick out the left leg as you come up, and then we're folding the left leg in, wrapping the left arm over the right arm to hold onto the shoulders, or if you want, bring the backs of the hands or the palms of the hands towards each other and making 3 circles. And remember to lift as well. So we tend to focus on folding. Your circles can be as big or as small as you like, going in both directions, of course. Firm in the belly. Then coming back to the center, relaxing the arms to the side and then away from the body. Ooh. Take a moment in your seated pose, just to allow your body to absorb all of that information. Very good. And then we're going to lengthen our legs out in front of us. So keeping the knees bent and the heels on the floor, just rolling the knees together and apart as the legs, as the leg bones, let's call them leg bones, femurs roll in the hip sockets. If you want to, you can do expansive octopus arms as well. So if you feel drawn into the movement and you want to express through your torso and your arms, you can. Remember, you are rolling through the ankles as well, so you can express through your fingers and toes. And we'll go the opposite way as well. I find the opposite way a little bit harder to coordinate. I seem to be going in a different rhythm to the legs, but that's okay. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Fantastic stuff. And then when you're ready, you can just gather yourself back into a Dandasana. Shift the flesh of the buttocks backwards slightly so you feel a nice firm connection with the floor. The feet don't need to be together, so you don't need to feel like you're pinning the legs together. The legs operate quite individually, and you feel that in the way that our bodies work and observations between the different sides of the body. So allow them to be separate so they can each give their own strength. Here, we're going to just gently draw ourselves up and then fold forward over the legs. So you can keep the knees as soft or as bent as you need to. And then when you come back this time, we're going to draw the left heel off the floor and draw the left arm backwards and reach the right arm forwards. So we come into, this is actually called drawing the bow pose. Okay, and then we're going to release the left leg down, reach the arms up, fold ourselves forward over the legs and draw the right elbow back, the left hand long, the right knee towards the chest. We're going side to side, reaching the arms up, both legs on the floor, folding forward over the legs, scoop the belly in as you go, and then drawing the left knee and the left arm back, reaching up, folding forward. You can leave your heels on the floor, drawing the right knee and the right arm back. Reaching up, let's do 2 more to each side. Folding forward, drawing your left bow, reaching up, folding forward, drawing your right bow. Reaching up, last time to each side, folding forward, drawing your left bow, reaching up, folding forward, drawing your right bow. And then just finishing by reaching up and then gathering the knees into the chest and hugging them towards yourself, just draping your head a little bit forward to settle the back. Now from here we can do toddler wobble, but if you have a sensitive low back, then I'm going to advise you keep your feet on the floor. So if you want to keep your feet on the floor, feet a little bit further away from you and nice and wide so that you can firm your belly and gently rock your arms from side to side, coming forwards and backwards, doing whatever feels good. It's sometimes helpful to think of holding a beach ball here and moving the beach ball around. So we can all do this variation with the feet on the floor. And then if you want to add a little bit more, you can take your feet off the floor And so your feet can go from one side to the other. They can go in different directions. You can have one buttock on the floor and then the other. If you want to do a little bit more, the arms can go anywhere. The tummy's working hard. And then we're going to gather ourselves up again. So leaning forward over the legs, but holding them firmly towards us. Just taking an opportunity to soften and release. A couple of deep breaths. Excellent stuff. And from here, we're actually going to come up into standing. So come to kneeling first. We'll take an opportunity here to stretch out our feet. Sorry, Morag, I realised that you've popped all the way up to standing. So tucking the toes under. And then here, it might be better for you to have your buttocks away from your heels. But if you're able to, even come close to having the buttocks on the heels, stretching the toes under, lengthening through the soles of the feet. If you can hold it for a few breaths. And if you can't hold it, just come in and out. That's okay. So you're just building tolerance. You're building the strength, and also find your ujjayi if you're holding. It will really help to soften the effort in the body, to help you to hold without tension. And then when you're ready, you can come up, tuck the toes flat, and settle your hips back down onto your heels. Now, I think there's probably no one who struggles with this particular movement in this class, but if you do, again, you can bring yourself up a little, or you can even use a block to take the weight off the heels so that you're not overstretching the ankles. If you've got a little bit more room and your ankles are perhaps quite mobile and could benefit from a little bit extra, you can lean back onto your hands. And if that feels good, and you've still got some room and your shoulders are nice and relaxed and your breath is nice and relaxed, you can lift the knees off the floor. And so find whatever position feels good to you for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then coming back to kneeling and coming into standing. So these ankle stretches actually make a huge difference to postures like downward facing dog, because we tend to put our ankles into the flex position far more than the extended position. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so now we're up and we're feeling almost ready for some of that warrior action. We've been practicing drawing our bows, but we're going to do our walking around on the feet to really activate the feet. So up onto your tiptoes and walk around your yoga space as high on your tiptoes as you're able to go. And it doesn't matter what surface you're walking on. You don't have to walk in a circle. I just prefer to walk on the floor if I can for these ones, because they get better feedback onto the sole of the foot. So notice if you've got tension in the rest of the body. Notice if you're looking at your feet and have dropped your head forward. Try to lift tall as you walk, and walk as naturally as you can. When you're ready, you can float the feet to the floor. Just notice how the balls of the feet and the pads of the toes feel, and then come onto your heels and walking on the heels of the feet in a circle or around your space. Again, trying to walk as naturally as possible. Try to avoid sticking your bottom out too much. Keep your knees nice and soft. Again, no need to look at your feet. Jaw nice and relaxed, arms nice and relaxed too. Wherever you get to, float your feet to the floor. Notice how the heels of the feet feel. And notice the sensation, something like coolness and hotness. If anyone's experienced tiger balm or deep heat, sometimes you get that kind of sensation in the feet as a result of doing these practices. And then on the outsides of your feet, walking again in any direction around your space, drawing the insteps upwards so that you feel the outsides of the feet really connecting to the ground. Try to avoid turning the fingers Up, the little fingers up and in, keeping the shoulders relaxed and the jaw relaxed. And wherever you get to, just float the feet to the floor. Feel the sensation in that part of the foot. And then we're going to walk on the inside edges of the foot. Excuse me. And try again here not to penguin the arms too much. Keep the shoulders nice and soft. Keep the body lifted. And knees nice and naturally relaxed as you walk, because it feels so natural. And then wherever you get to, stop and float your feet to the floor. And take a moment with the eyes gently closed to feel the effect of that in your feet, in your legs, in your pelvis, in your spine, in your back. The reaction, the connection, the awareness. Great stuff. Okay, so we're going to come to the front of your mat space. For a little, we've been working with various sequences over the last few weeks, and you will find that this is familiar in some parts and not in others. So we're going to work through this standing sequence, and this week we've limbered quite gently, and we're going to do the standing sequence through one time to each side. And then next week we're going to try and do it like a ladder vinyasa, where we do a few postures, and then the next time we add a few more, and the next time we add a few more. Okay, so coming to Tadasana at the front of your mat, we're going to do some preparation here by turning the palms forward, firming the belly and the buttocks. As you inhale, reach the hands, palms turned upwards, up over the head, lifting the chest. And as you exhale, bring the hands to Namaste, palms together at the center of the chest. Let's relax the arms. Do that again. Inhaling, turning the palms forward, lifting, engaging the belly, the buttocks. And exhaling, head to neutral, palms together at the center of the chest. One more time, inhaling up. And this time, as you exhale, bend your knees and fold forward, drawing the palms down as you reach the hands towards the floor. In your forward bend, soft knees, because it's our first forward bend of the day, just lengthening through one leg and then the other. A little padding from side to side. You can hold elbow to elbow. If that's comfortable, you can turn back the hands to the floor if you prefer. Then we're going to take the hands and place them softly onto the shins and reach the arms long, the legs long, and look forward. Scoop the belly in so that you can draw the shoulder blades down the back and lengthen through the back of the body. And then exhale as you fold over the legs, maybe slightly deeper bend. Reach the arms behind the body. Bring the palms towards each other. If you want to, here you can interlace the fingers and allow the arms, the weight of the arms to open the chest and the crown of the head to be nicely relaxed towards the earth. Soften the knees is fine for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to separate the hands, let the arms come down, bend the knees deeply and sit into chair pose. Reach the arms up over the head or bring them together at the center of the chest. Here, I'd like you to have a bounce in your chair. So think about lengthening the legs a little and deepening the bend. Playing with taking weight onto one foot, lifting one toe, and then the other foot. Sorry, lifting one heel, not one toe. My bad. So a little bounce from side to side, always with the knees bent, a touch. And we're going to come back to the center. Hold chair pose for a breath in and a breath out. And then breathe in, lengthen the legs as you stand tall, open the chest. Breathe out the hands back to the center of the chest in Namaste. Very good. Let's add something to it. Breathing in, standing in Tadasana, palms facing forward, firmness in the belly and the buttocks. Breathing out here as well. Breathing in as you reach the arms forward, palms turned upwards. Breathing out, hands together, bending the knees, folding into your forward bend. Hands onto the shins, breathe in, long arms, long legs, long torso, lifted belly. Breathing out, folding deeper down. Bend the knees deeply, sweep the hands forward, come into chair pose. Sit as deeply as you can, weight into your heels. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Come onto the ball of the right foot, take the weight into the left leg and step the right foot back as far as you can. Keep your torso forward so you make a diagonal line. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then coming upright as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, releasing the arms down to the side. So we're going to firm the heel to the floor behind us. So we come into a little bit like a modified, it's a little bit like Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. We're going to lengthen the front leg. We're going to do a little flowing movement here. I've said the word little a lot, sorry about that. So we want to think about the strength of the feet. All of those parts of the feet that we activated, feel them engaging. The places you can feel on the floor, which are different for every person, those places we're pressing down and away, and the places that are off the floor, those places we're drawing up and in. So there's strength going in the legs in both directions. The energy is flowing in a circuit. It's not just flowing in one direction. What we're going to do is reach the arms up, and then we're going to reach the arms wide. Arms are long here. And then we're going to bend the front knee, pick the back heel up, and reach the right hand forward and the left hand backwards as we twist while we bend our left knee. And then we're going to breathe in, come back to the center, long arms, long legs. And breathing out, pick the back heel up and twist, reaching the left arm backwards, the right arm forwards. Breathing in and up, right heel comes to the floor. Lovely. Breathing out, pick the right heel up, press the right hand across the body and twist. Breathing in and up, and because we're only going through it once this time, we're going to do it one more time. So picking the right heel up, bend the left knee, press the right palm across the body. And then breathing in and up, we're going to turn the left toes in a little bit so that we can come now into our goddess squat or horse stance. Hands in namaste. And we're just going to shift our weight a little from side to side. So you can lift your toes or lift your heels, whichever feels good. I like lifting my toes. We're trying to stay in our squat, trying to not alert sensitive knees to any discomfort. Very good. A little from side to side. And then we're going to keep the right leg bent, press the left heel out and take our arms wide. And we're in Virabhadrasana 2. Very good. Okay. So here we're going to sweep the left arm forward and draw our bow. Draw the left hand backwards, reach the right hand up and draw the left elbow down towards the left leg. Still the legs are bent in Virabhadrasana 2. We're going to come back to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Firm in the legs, sweep the left hand forward, little reach forward as you do. Draw your bow, reach your arrow up into the sky, leaning backwards, a bit like our retreating warrior, but more with the bow. Smashing, back to Virabhadrasana 2. Same thing again, reaching the left arm forward, drawing the bow to open the chest, firm belly, firm buttocks, firm legs, firm feet. And last one, reaching the left hand forward, drawing your bow, and then this time from here, we're going to reach the right hand forward, hop our left foot in a little bit, and come into a Virabhadrasana 3. You can reach the left hand wherever feels good, left heel up and extending through the left leg. Then balancing to bring the left leg forward, she says, touching the toe down if you need to. Bring the right elbow to the left knee, holding your standing dancer pose. And then we're going to come back through Virabhadrasana 3 to place the left foot down, turn both feet to face forwards, long side of the mat, and then fold into a forward bend. Now here, you don't have to reach the hands for the floor, but if they naturally get to the floor, that's great. You don't have to fold deep. And if you want to, you can snake the body a little from side to side, or you can keep the knees a little soft and move from side to side, whatever feels good to you. So relaxing the top of the head towards the floor if you like. Whenever you're ready, softening the knees deeply and then rolling up, weight into the heels, rolling up one vertebra at a time to come all the way up to standing. You're going to turn the right foot to point towards the right side of the mat, bend the left knee and step both feet to that end. So you're standing in Tadasana. Adjust your clothing in any way that you need to. Take a moment to breathe in and out, settling the body here, observing the effect of the work. So it's quite an involved series of postures, and we're just getting familiar with it. So we've done parts, we're putting it all together now. That's great. So don't worry too much about it if it doesn't feel really familiar. You'll have the video later today. You can work with it during the week if you want to. We'll be doing it more over the next couple of weeks as well. Take a moment to notice, to feel, to settle your energy, and then we'll do the whole thing again on this side. So firming the belly and the buttocks, turning the palms forward, lengthening through the back of the neck. Breathe in as you take the arms up, opening your chest. And as you breathe out, palms together, soften the knees and fold into your forward bend. Place the hands onto the shins, reach the chest forward, long arms, long legs, scoop the belly in, and then fold deeply again. Here we're going to reach the arms behind us as well. So Dvikonasana, double angle pose. If you want to, you can bring the palms towards each other and interlace the fingers. If not, just keep the palms moving towards each other. Try to soften the effort in the back of the neck for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Separating the hands if they're together, allow the fingers to brush the floor as you bend the knees deeply, reach the arms forward and sit into chair pose. Here in your chair pose, just taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Come onto the ball of the left foot, take the weight onto the right leg and step your left foot as far back as you can, keeping your torso tipped forward for a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Press through the legs to come up right with your torso and then allow your back heel to find its place on the floor. And it could be a bit closer towards you than it was. So we're not trying to overly square the hips to the front. We're going to reach the arms forward, lengthen both legs, and then reach the arms wide. Very good. So here we're coming into that twisting, pivoting on the back leg. So we're going to bend the front knee, take the left palm and press it across the body, pivoting on the left toe to twist towards the back of the room. And then inhaling back with long arms, long legs, and left heel on the floor. So coming up onto the left toe, bending the right knee, pressing the left palm across the body for a twist, reaching the right hand behind you if you want to, and then settling that left heel to the floor, long arms, long legs. Two more. Pressing the left arm across the body, pivoting on the toe of the left leg. Find the strength in the legs and then reaching long arms, long legs as you come back to neutral. Last time. Pivoting on the back toe, pressing that left arm across the body and coming back to the center. When you come back to the center, lengthen your right leg, turn in your toes a little. I like my toes actually quite turned out for goddess squat, but you might like yours turned in a bit more. So adjust your feet to wherever feels good for you and sit maybe just a little bit lower this time, maybe not. You don't have to. You can release the toes from the floor or the heels from the floor, taking your weight from side to side. Sorry, this has just struck me as very funny as I see myself wibbling and wobbling and you guys not wibbling and wobbling quite so much. Okay, so from the center here, we're going to turn out the right heel and take the arms out to the side. Maybe turn the left toes out just a little to bring ourselves into Virabhadrasana 2, the Warrior 2. And then here, we're going to sweep the right arm forward and then draw the bow, drawing the right elbow back and reaching the left arm up. So we're going to come back to Virabhadrasana 2, long arms, long legs. Long arms, long back leg. Sweep the right hand forward, draw your bow open. Feel that openness down the sides of the body, the strength in the torso. Come back to Warrior 2. Sweep the right hand forward. Draw your bow, point it high, because we're shooting some birds today. I'm just joking. One more time. And drawing the bow. Finding that real strength here, we're going to reach that left arm over to the left. Maybe hop the right foot in just a little. Lengthen the left leg as we lift the right leg behind us. Lengthen through the left arm as well. Do anything with the arms that feels good for your balance. You don't have to lock your standing leg straight. And then from here, pivoting on your hip to draw the right knee forward, the left elbow towards the right knee in a twisted dancer pose, which we'll hold for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And we're going to come back through our Warrior 3 variation, touching the toe down if you need to, like I did, and then stepping that foot down to the floor, lengthening your left leg, both toes pointing forward, opening your chest, and then folding forward from the hips, hands coming to the floor. And here, if you want to, you can widen the legs so that you can bring the crown of the head to the floor or in that direction if you want to. So that's a variation only for those who want the opportunity for a little inversion, a little space. So whatever forward leg variation you're in, the knees can be soft, the knees can be long. Just taking a moment to lift the belly muscles, sway the upper body from side to side if you'd like to. Take weight into the toes a little bit more than the heels. One more deep breath in and out. And then when you're ready, if you've got your legs a bit wider, you want to inch them in, soften the knees and roll up one vertebra at a time. And when you come up to standing, turn the left toes towards the left side of the mat, bend the right knee, bend both knees, and then step the right foot to the left. So you're in Tadasana and rest with the arms relaxed down either side of the body. Notice the effect of your practice. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So well done, guys. We've put together all of the things. It feels good. So we're going to do a slight, just a gentle wind down before relaxation. But at this point, if you're feeling quite warm, that's great. You will begin to feel cooler. So if you want to put on a jumper or an extra layer, at this point it's quite good. And have your block ready. And also anything you need for relaxation. So for example, I'm going to grab my blanket and bolster for when we need it. Excellent, super duper. So coming down into a seated pose, just however you'd like to. If you want to do a fancy yoga move to get down, you can. Seated pose, and we're going to have our legs out in front of us. And then here, we're going to bend the left knee in towards the body, cross the left foot over the right foot. Now, if this isn't comfortable to hold like this, you can have it on the inside of the leg, but for most of us, I think it will be fine. As an option for anyone who'd like it today, you can draw that left foot behind you to rest the left knee on top of the right knee. So you've got a half cow's face pose legs here, if you want to. It's entirely up to you. Sometimes that feels really good on the hips after all of the standing postures. We're going to sit really tall, wrap the right arm around the left leg, either hand, wrist, forearm, or elbow. Draw the belly muscles out of the way and the chest, and then inhale the left arm up and exhale as we place it down behind us. Doesn't have to have any weight into it. If you're taking care of that arm, just wrap the hand behind you, and then you won't be tempted to put any weight into the hand. Here, feel that sense of length and lift. Press down into the legs and the feet, lengthen the crown of the head up, scoop the belly muscles in, soften the shoulders down, and turn your head to wherever feels comfortable in your twist. If you'd like to, you can even turn your eyes all the way to the left if that feels good to them. It's quite a nice thing to do for the eyes at this time of the year. You don't have to keep them open to do it. They can be closed. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Return the head to the center. Release the hands, unwind the spine, turn a little to the opposite side and back to your center, uncrossing your legs. Take a moment here to just jiggle the knees, and then we can work to the opposite side as well. So we're crossing the right foot over the left thigh, or to the inside of the thigh if you prefer, or drawing the right ankle, towards the left hip and resting the right knee towards the left knee underneath, whichever suits you best. Inhale as you sit tall. Exhale as you wrap the hand, wrist, forearm, or elbow around the right thigh. Scoop the belly muscles out of the way. Move the chest if you have to. Soften the shoulders down. Press down with the legs. Feel that sense of connection. You don't have to press really firmly down. It's a gentle engagement so that you can lift as tall as you can. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, placing that hand down behind you, propping yourself forward a little, or wrapping the arm around the left hip if it suits you better. Keep the shoulders softened, feeling that lifting effort again, and then turning your head as far to the right as feels comfortable for your neck. Don't go too far. And then eyes as far to the right as you can, open or closed as you prefer. Here, taking 2 deep breaths. Soft shoulders, soft face, soft jaw. When you're ready, you can turn the head to the front and then unwind the spine. Turn a little to the opposite side and back to the center. Uncross your legs, lengthen the legs away from you. Make any movements that feel good. So here I'm feeling that a little gentle sway of the knees from side to side would be quite nice, but we're coming down to lying down on the back. So when you're ready, you can gather yourself towards your heels and then just roll down onto your back. Make sure your block is handy and close by. And to begin with, we're just going to sway the knees from side to side. So we've done a seated spinal twist that was all about moving the legs towards each other. So different from the practice that we have just done, where we've had the legs mostly apart. Here, we're doing a sway of the knees from side to side, and you may find that you've suddenly got more space. Not suddenly, it's the result of our practice, but you've got more space to move through the pelvis here. So explore that spaciousness, that expansion, that length the body has offered in our practice. And then when you're ready, you can let the knees come as far to the left as feels comfortable. And if it feels good, you can reach the right arm up alongside the right side of the head. And that might just open a little space. We've worked a lot with the torso here. We want to feel a sense of length down the side of the body and the side of the pelvis as well. If you want to, you can encourage the inner right thigh and inner right foot towards the floor a little more. And if you need the extra weight, place the left foot on top of the thigh to aid that twist with a little bit of extra gravity. Extra gravity? Is that even a thing? Who knows? Let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Uncrossing the legs if they're crossed, releasing the right arm back to a neutral spot, and then firm in the belly, bringing the knees back to the center. And we're just going to gently sway, not all the way into a twist, but gently sway to release any effort from that holding. And then when you're ready, you can let the knees come down on the left side. If it feels comfortable, reach the left arm up alongside the left side of the head. If it feels good, you can encourage the inner left thigh, inner left knee towards the floor. And if you need it, you can place the right foot on top of the left thigh to help that openness, that sense of length. We're not really wanting to stretch to the end of our range of motion ever, in fact, very much. But we want to, particularly not if we're going to hold it, but we want to experience spaciousness in the body. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Uncrossing the legs if they're crossed, arm back to neutral place, firm in the belly, bringing the knees back to the center. And then here we do a little of that reverse pigeon, or supine pigeon that we did earlier. So taking the right foot, bending the knee towards the chest, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, and then drawing the left knee in towards you. Now, if you're feeling tired in your belly muscles, you can absolutely hold this leg towards you if you want to, by threading your right hand between the thighs and your left hand around the outside of the left thigh. But if you can, use this opportunity to further instruct your abdominal muscles, your core muscles, even some of the deeper muscles, to be supportive of your movements. That's what they're designed for. You can sway your knee from side to side, and you can make circles with the left knee as well. And by doing that, you're not holding the stretch in one place, you're getting access to lots of the muscular structures across the buttocks and the outside of the hips. And for me, I feel this in my inner thighs as well. Who knows? Then we're going to float the left foot to the floor, and with the right leg still in place, allow the left knee to go down to the left side of the body, the right leg to follow, and just experience that slightly different twist here. Now, it might be that this is enough, where the legs fall is just perfect for a deep breath in and out. If you want it to be more twisty higher up the back, then perhaps releasing the left knee towards the feet end of your mat. And if you want it to be more twisty at the lower end of your back, knee towards you. At least that's how it feels in my back, but perhaps it feels different in yours. Wherever you are, one more deep breath in and out. And then firm in the belly to bring the knees back to the center, uncrossing the legs, sway the knees a little from side to side. When you're ready, the whole thing to the other side, bending the left knee in, left ankle across the right knee, floating the right foot towards you, right knee towards you, foot off the floor, a sway from side to side, or if it's better for you, a static hold. Making circles if you want to, or when you're ready. And in both directions too. And then when you're ready, you can float your right foot to the floor, leave the left leg where it is, and let the right knee come over to the right side into a deeper twist. Here is where you get to explore. If this doesn't feel like the right spot, it feels perfect for me on this side, then you can let your your right knee go towards the foot end of your mat, or bring it towards the shoulder end of your mat until you hit the spot that feels the best for you. For a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And then firming the belly, bringing the knees back to center, uncrossing the legs. We're going to place our blocks underneath the back of the pelvis. So with the feet on the floor, gently lifting the hips up only enough to slide your block on its lowest setting to begin with, underneath the back of the pelvis. And then here, we're going to firm the back of the head gently towards the floor and the shoulders a little bit towards the floor. Bend the knees into the chest and take your feet up. So the knees don't need to be absolutely straight here. You can keep the knees bent. The feet can be apart, or they can rest together for more support if you would prefer. I prefer them apart myself. If you're able to lengthen your legs fully, then explore that. So explore how that feels. If you need a little bit more support, you can do this against a chair or the wall as you choose. Here we're going to gently rotate through our ankles and at the same time reach the hands up and rotate through the wrists. Going in both directions or all directions, shall I say? Lovely job. You can allow the arms to rest down whenever you're ready. Bring the feet to stillness and just check that your weight is really down into the back of the pelvis for a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Relax the face and the jaw. Let's do one more deep breath in. And deep breath out. Then bending the knees into the chest. Hug them a little if you can, and then 1 foot to the floor at a time so that you're now into a supported bridge pose. Check your block is exactly where it needs to be for you. Behind the sacrum, not too high, not too low. And then if this feels good, you can try exploring lengthening the legs away from you, one at a time or both at the same time, so that you feel an openness across the front of the pelvis, that space where the iliopsoas is. So we've got more than that one hip flexor. Hips are complicated and there's lots of muscles involved. But this particular hip flexor are, if you like, the one that's most often called the hip flexor, the iliopsoas muscle, here at the front of the body. It's actually 2 muscles. They insert in different places, but they do effectively the same sort of thing. So I'm overcomplicating things. It's not to worry. Hopefully it feels nice to stretch out that space. If you feel like you've got a little bit more to give, you can slide the feet in, turn your block as you lift the hips only enough to do so onto its medium setting, and then try that again, stretching the legs out. And it might be that on the higher set of the block, it feels comfortable with 1 leg out at a time. That's fine. We're going to be here for a couple of, well, about 5 deep breaths. So take your opportunity. That's about a minute. Soften the features of your face. Relax as much effort from the body as you can. From the shoulders, the legs, the buttocks, the abdomen. If you're up on a higher setting, then sliding your feet in, supporting your hips with your feet to turn the block lower down, and then slide your feet out again. Everybody taking just 2 more long deep breaths here. When you're ready, you can slide your feet in 1 at a time. Lift your hips only enough to release the block and then settle the hips down to the floor. With the knees bent, spend a moment allowing your back to find its neutral shape again. Observe the effect of your practice, the warmth or other sensations you have in the body. And then when you're ready, you can prepare for relaxation. So you might want to go straight into relaxation from here if you're feeling quite comfortable. If not, just rolling to one side, gathering your bolster for under the legs if you're using one. A couple of cushions or a pillow will do just as well. And then a blanket of some kind is quite nice, or perhaps some additional layers of clothing. And when you've got yourself all gathered together, if there are any other movements that you want to make, so if you want to bend your knees into your chest and hug them towards you for a few massaging circles, then take the opportunity now. If you feel moved to doing anything else, take a few moments to do that too. When you're ready to come into relaxation, you can choose legs up the wall if you'd like to. I'm going to teach as if you're lying in Shavasana. So taking a moment to settle your body with your feet wide, toes falling outwards, arms relaxed away from the body with the palms turned upwards. Gently wave your nose from side to side. See if you can settle the weight of the head towards the floor so that the neck and the shoulders and the back can release their effort. When you're ready, you can bring your head back to center, and we'll just take a moment to screw the muscles of the face in towards the nose, make a tight lemon sucking face. Then open the eyes, open the mouth, tongue out, and exhale. One more like that, screwing the muscles in, hold them tight. Then eyes open, mouth open, tongue out, exhale. Close the eyes again, gently roll your head or your nose from side to side, perhaps a little deeper this time. Whenever you're ready, you can bring your head back to center. Make any adjustments now. And then bring your body to stillness. Take one last purposeful breath in and sigh out through the mouth. Take your awareness into your forehead. Feel your forehead soften, the area between the eyebrows spreading. Feel the area around your eyes relaxing, your tongue, jaw, and throat releasing. Take your awareness into the back of your body. Allow the whole of the back of the body to feel really heavy, warm, supported, and releasing downwards. Move your awareness to the front of your body, becoming aware of the space over you and around you. Feel the touch of air on your face. The movement of your clothes on your skin as you breathe. Feel the space between the feet, between the arms and the body. Feel the sensation of holding space in the palms of the hands. Allow the whole of the body to feel able to let go, to relax, to soften, to be supported by the earth. Move your awareness to your breathing and allow your breath to naturally find a deeper, slower rhythm. Allow your breath to find quietness, particularly if you've used Ujjayi during the class. And today in relaxation, we're going to use the mantra, let go. So you can choose to breathe in and simply think, let go as you breathe out. Or you can breathe in, let, and breathe out, go, whichever feels the most comfortable for you to do. And with every exhalation, releasing a little more tension and falling deeper into relaxation. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back into your hands and your feet by wiggling your fingers and toes, maybe rolling your ankles and your wrists. When you feel ready, take a deep breath in and stretch the body in any way that feels good. If you've been doing legs up the wall, bend your knees into your chest and hug them towards you. Yawn if you need to. And in your own time, gather your knees in. Make any movements that feel good. Perhaps a little stirring of the knees. And perhaps a little rocking from side to side. Turning of the head. Whatever feels good. And then in your own time, turning to one side and just curling up for a few moments with the eyes closed, containing that sense of peace and stillness. And when you're ready, coming into any comfortable seated position, bringing the palms together, rubbing them vigorously and pressing the palms together, only if you're not taking care of your wrist. But in springtime, palming the eyes is really good for us. It's good for the eyes. It's good for the energetic meridians that are around the eyes as well. So when the hands feel warm, placing the palms over the eyes, linking into your palms a few times, feeling that warmth soften and release the area around the eyes, and releasing your hands down when you're ready to open your eyes. Thank you for joining me for this practice. Namaste, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're feeling like strong warriors as well. And I can take on all of the challenges of your week. Namaste.